step guide to keep flying high. It's time for some coach speak, Pep Guardiola style. Let me invite Mr. Purnendu Chatterjee, Chairman, TCG for Unicorn today, MNC tomorrow. But before that, a quick look at what this session holds.
It begins with a spark. An idea, bold and disruptive. Unicorns, the billion-dollar dream. Purnendu Chatterjee, a pioneer in transforming startups into global giants. A leader shaping the future of business. Join him as he unveils the roadmap to global success. The Coach Speak.
It's for you, Mr. Chatterjee.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Purnendu Chatterjee of the TCG Group.
Good afternoon. So nice to be here. And I really want to thank the TV9 group to create this wonderful idea and put it in the land of football, this great summit. And it's a harbinger of many things to come. You know, as you think about my topic, unicorns to MNC, I want to expand the aperture a little bit. You know, we all talked about where we end up in 2047. But many of the people that are getting into having a unicorn today or thinking of having a unicorn today in the early 20s, and they will probably live for 100 years. And there will be many more coming. So I want to increase the aperture to talk about this over the next 50, 60 years. With that in mind, second thing I wanted to say, what I was going to say is all been said by Baba. Okay? So now I have to create new material to add to what Baba and the panelists have already shared. As I'm thinking about it, two thoughts are going through my mind. One, what are the forces at work, and how do we navigate with agility through that forces as you think about the journey between a startup and an MNC. Within that, many things are happening. Climate revolution, bio-revolution, lots of revolutions. But two things stands out in my mind. Trump 2.0 and AI. Trump 2.0 to me is not just disruptive. I think it's an upheaval. We don't know what it is going to be. Baba used the word VUCA. I use the word disruptive, upheaval, future. Second is AI. You all have been reading about it. NVIDIA's earnings has become everybody's business. What is the guidance? It is 37.5 billion next quarter. And what is the number? And the market goes up and down. Talking about market, and my good friend here is Sanjay Nair sitting here, a big market animal. So I want to use some data from markets to make my point. See, market cap is a very interesting phenomenon for all unicorns. They start with $1 billion market cap. They don't talk about GDP, they don't talk about revenue. As a matter of fact, more money you lose, higher is your market cap. But market cap is an indicator of future profits. US market cap in the last 3 years went from 40 trillion to 55 trillion. Chinese market cap during the same period has gone down from 14 trillion to 10 trillion. Think about this. What the market is saying is the future profits of the US economy is going to be substantially more and increasing than the past. Think of the Magnificent Seven. You know what the Magnificent Seven are, so I don't want to repeat that. The share of market cap over the same 3-year period has gone from 10 trillion to 17 trillion. Interesting is there used to be 25% of US market cap 3 years back, then went to 28, today it's standing at 31%. 31% of US market cap is in 7 stocks. Huge amount of political implications in there. Controlled by few people, beyond sovereignty. So we have to deal with those things separately. But now, I look at UK. UK has been our rulers for 200 years. And I've been talking to them about were UK superpower because of their technology or because of they were superpower, they got the technology. Think about this question later on, as Baba mentioned something about the origin 100 years back, the kind of technology that was here in this place. Because military might creates also technology. Many things today are dual use. As a matter of fact, drones actually came from the consumer world to the military world. So being superpower has a relevance. So when you factor these forces that are working, by the way, I did a little quick check. The Mercedes-Benz market cap has gone from 72 billion 3 years back to 50 billion today. 50 billion today, right? Because. Okay. So, but having to compete with Tesla, with a trillion-plus market cap, you have to think about where capital will come from. As Indians, we have to think about where capital will come from. So what I see happening by using market cap as a lens to think about the future, unicorn should be think about where to invest. You invest and you go get customers that have money. Mercedes-Benz has taught us that. So you make money by catering to the rich people. You sell nano cars to the poor people, you don't make money. So first unicorns must do is to go where the rich customers are. Unless you are making these products which have infinite reach at zero variable cost, which is the Google's product. And we're not talking about too many Google types in the future. But for the unicorns, friendshoring is a very important phenomenon. The global supply chain is deglobalizing, and we've got to figure out how you become part of that friendshoring game. And if you're technology-driven unicorn, you have to be dealing with American and European customers, because that's where the money is. Because India will do well, but Indian unicorns have to go and be successful in the biggest capital markets in the world. Now we're talking about becoming a product nation. And this is where I'm now shifting into. These forces are going to change the entire element of the business system. What do I mean by business system? You have R&D, you do product design, you do manufacturing, you do distribution, you have customer success. All of that areas will be disrupted by AI. in massive way. And those who are not thinking about AI and digital, how each element of the business system is going to get disrupted, will be disrupted. Taking that into consideration and not spending all the time on the business systems elements, I want to focus only on R&D. India's position in R&D is dismal. You look at how many real products have we ever designed today that's in the market that came from our research? Very few. The only thing is globally dominance technology in my mind is the Aadhaar card and UPI payment systems. The biometrics that we are using is truly world-class. But other than that, and there also it's not so much our technology, we took other people's technology. If in the next 100 years, we're going to have the rightful place in the Committee of Nations, our technology base has to just go up dramatically. Think about all the products that came in, from physics and chemistry, from Europe and UK, and that are fueling the growth of product-driven innovation and marketplace. Yes, market will need this, but it's a companies that provide increasingly better and better product and increasingly better and better materials. Internal combustion system has gone massive changes with catalytic converters and all, so that we can breathe, not 16. Even in LA, it was fog. LA used to be in the 70s, worse than probably Delhi today. But it's very clean air today. So all because of technology and innovation at the R&D stage. So I see an opportunity for India and rest of the world, friendly worlds, collaborating, because today you go to Silicon Valley, you see Indians, not only in the universities, along with the Chinese, all propelling the growth in Microsoft, OpenAI, Tesla, all of this Magnificent Seven, and many, many more. Needless to say, many of them are run by the Indian CEOs. So we are exporting science, technology, and leadership capability to make America grow from 40 billion to 55 billion. With this in mind, I see a potential for India to play a major game in the innovation ecosystem, starting with research and development. There are areas where supply of talent is far short of demand. And we can learn the lesson from Y2K. The reason the world crossed the chasm of the Y2K is because Indian talent, thanks to Infosys and the other 5 IT companies, proved that Y2K is really not going to be a problem. And I see in quantum computing, in neuroscience, in batteries, I take 20 areas where supply of global talent is far short of demand. With that in mind, collaboration has to happen. I have a not-for-profit operation called CREST, C-R-E-S-T, Centers for Research and Education in Science and Technology. One of the there are 5 verticals. One of the vertical is working on sustainable energy, climate revolution. Within sustainable energy, batteries. Within batteries, sodium-ion battery and solid-state batteries. Now you all know renewables would not happen unless batteries happen. And lithium-ion batteries will probably meet over time only 100 megawatt hours out of the 200 that is needed. So there is plenty of space for others. So in sodium-ion batteries, We have collaboration going on with University of Chicago and Oregon National Lab. We see how to get 200 watt-hour per kilogram batteries from current level of 54 to be able to compete at the grid level with other battery provider and later on the area of mobility. We see 500 battery warriors who will also get PhD degrees in this process, working in India, in Chicago, in UK, possibly in Germany, possibly in Japan, because each of these countries have talent shortage, not just the talent for the factory workers, but talent at the high end of science and technology. And we can do it. We're doing it. We're doing it for quantum. We're doing it for nano. We're doing it for microelectronics, cancer, neuroscience. But these are all beginning. And that's why I have 200-year project on this, because it's going to go on, and science and technology is going to be the foundation for a product-driven factory that India can help rest of the world. So that's also an area the startups will happen. Startups will take advantage of these technology to make them MNCs. Look at all the MNCs, at the very core is their R&D labs. And that's what I think is the future, and my advice to the youngsters. Thank you.
Asking you to stay on stage. Let's felicitate him. Let me please invite Mr. Barun Das, Mr. Ramu Rao Jupalli, Mr. Ruben Kasper, and if you have Kai Damols amongst us, requesting Mr. Kai Damols to please take the stage to felicitate Mr. Purnendu Chatterjee. Good to see you. Good to see you.
All right, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to buckle up. How close are we to seeing self-driving cars on our roads, and what's the future of flying taxis? It's time for playoff number 5, Future of Mobility, Co-Driving the Agenda.
And before we go to the playoff, take a look at this one.